Hi, I'm India Otto, and this is 1v1. I'm joined today with USC forward and my teammate, McKenzie Forbes. Thanks for joining. All right, first question. I know that you have such a passion for basketball and eventually aspire to work in the front office or be a coach in the future. What makes a great coach, and what would you look for in a player?
This is a great question. I think a lot of things go into being a good coach. Obviously, I feel like the X's and O's, that's like baseline. You have to have that within yourself and within your staff. But I feel like coaching is a lot of relationship managing and people managing. So I think you have to be a good people person, be able to build those relationships, but also in that same breath, you can't be afraid to have people dislike you in moments. I feel like that's a big part of leadership is if something's happening, you have to be willing to nip it in the bud and address it on the head. I feel like every good coach or great coach I've ever had has been very good at what's the issue? Come into my office, talk about it. Do we have a team issue? We're talking about it as a team. So I think I would definitely aspire to be a coach like that, that's build that relationship with my players, but also not be afraid to lead them in that way.
Yeah, that's a great question. And then how about in terms of basketball players? What would you look for in a player?
Oh, great question. We talk about this a lot.
We do talk about this a lot.
I think it's hard too. So when I think college and if I was recruiting, obviously you want the talent. Everyone's not going to check every box coming out of high school. I think I would definitely look for high IQ players. I think especially coming into college, kids who have been coached by high school coaches that have taught them these terms and things like that have a lot easier time transitioning. Obviously talent is good, but I think high IQ, a team full of high IQ players, I think it just makes it that much easier. And then I think toughness is huge for me. I want people who go hard every day and can be competitive without,
going overboard.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think IQ, toughness, and then just love for the game. I think it's super underrated because I think when you have a team full of gym rats who just love to be in the gym, it's not pulling tooth and nails, people who love to be at practice. I feel like our team is really good with that. We love to be in the gym, we love to be at practice, we love to get up extra shots. I think that just makes the journey that much easier.
And good kids.
And good kids, exactly. Great families, all of that included, but yeah.
For sure. Okay, what's a fun fact about you that people may not know? Including myself. I don't know, maybe you can hit me with one that I don't even know.
Okay, do you know that I can juggle?
Yeah.
Okay, you already knew that. Do you know that I was quarterback of my Pop Warner?
No, I didn't know that. Yeah. What? Quarterback?
We'll have to pull up some pics.
Okay.
I was a quarterback. Mason was the receiver. That was my second year playing.
That's elite.
It was too lit.
That's elite.
I was slow, but I could throw it.
You could throw it? Throw the dime? Okay, Pat Mahomes, she's coming for you. Okay, if you could take away or add a rule to the game of basketball, what would it be? Might I add, Kenzie is sitting on what I believe to be an excellent idea that can revamp the game.
We need to trademark this.
So I don't know if you want to talk about it. It should be trademarked, but yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna give it all to you guys. Okay, so basically, there's 4 quarters, right? Volleyball to me is one of the most exciting sports, and I think it's because of the way they do their scoring system. So you have a basketball game, right? Yeah. But it's quarters. So let's say it's first team to 21 each quarter wins. So you can knock them out in 3 quarters, or you could end up 2-2. So that would be overtime, right?
Right.
So you go to overtime. Now it's one-on-one duel. So you have your starting 5. I haven't decided this yet. You can have your starting 5, or you could just be choose your fighter.
Okay.
You might have someone off the bench that's just a pure hooper.
Right. 15 man, 15 man.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. So one team picks their best one-on-one offensive player. Yeah. The other team picks their best defensive player. Yeah. And they're it's shootout soccer. Yeah. They're going game to 5, and that's the tiebreaker. So I feel that would be pretty lit. And then
you heard it here.
The games could be if the matchup is extremely uneven, all right, we just need to put this team away, get it done in 3 quarters, But if it's a game by, it's quarter by quarter, I just feel it makes for so many highlights, especially now in the age of social media and highlights, the one-on-ones that would
go crazy.
Highlights, oh my God, Juju versus Charisma one-on-one, for the Battle of LA, that shit would go crazy to me.
It would go insane. You heard it here first. It should be trademarked, but yeah. Having been at Cal, Harvard, and now USC, what's a memory you have from the last 5 years that you'll never forget?
Oh my gosh, these questions are fire. Man, so many memories. The one that comes to my mind first is the Ivy tournament last year, beating Columbia in overtime because we had lost to them 3 times in a row that year.
Let's go. Sorry, Katie.
Yeah, sorry, Katie. Knocked them out of the tournament. But yeah, that was just I feel a culmination of all of our hard work that season. And we all just played incredible. We ended up we ended up losing to Princeton the next game. But I don't know. Even with the Princeton loss, like last year just felt like extremely, I don't know if satisfying is the word, but like it felt like even though you didn't reach your goal, like you really like poured your heart out into something. And I feel like that's the best feeling when it comes to like team sports is like, we went after this together.
Yeah,
so.
That's what it's all about. Is there a specific moment you can recall that shaped your game or the trajectory of your career?
So I think transferring from Cal, obviously I transferred pretty late, so it was pretty like, the recruiting process was interesting because it was like in the summer and I was kind of rushed, and I ended up deciding to try to get into Harvard, which was like me deciding basically to take a whole gap year because I had to, the transfer deadline had already passed. And I think in that moment, I mean, literally I had like a lot of people, like coaches that had played for saying like, like why, I don't think this is a good idea. Like you're going to sit the whole year, like what are you going to do? Are you going to stay, you know, you're just going to keep training, yada, yada. And like, I was pretty like, this is what I'm doing. Like I'm dedicated to it. And I think that honestly like changed the trajectory of my career because like my freshman year at Cal, like I wasn't in the best shape. Like I was a good player, but like, I had a lot of things to work on my body. And I feel like that year at home, I took that extremely seriously, like was in the gym every day, lifting, conditioning, all of that. Actually was going through like a couple knee injuries. So like it kind of worked out timing wise. Like I wasn't playing basketball, but I was just lifting, completely like transformed my body. And then going into my Harvard season, I felt like I was a completely different player. And I think with that, going to Harvard and playing kind of like more mid-major conference, like I think I had the ball in my hands a lot more than I might have if I would have transferred to like another Power 5. Really developed like other parts of my game, like a post game, stuff like that. So I feel like honestly in retrospect, it was kind of like scary in the moment, kind of like, is this gonna work out? But I feel like now it worked out for the best.
Blessing in disguise. Yeah. Okay, who has been the most impactful person or mentor in your career?
I think in my younger years, I would probably say like my dad or my older brother, Marcus. He was always like, he was basically my trainer, like from elementary school, like on until he went to college. And then college, honestly, like Coach G probably, I think just inspires me in so many different ways, not only as a head coach, but like as a mentor and like a person. Obviously, like my dreams to like work in a front office like that all comes from her. And I think that was like huge for me my freshman year to like see that, even though I was like gutted because she was my coach and she left, but I think to have like a full circle moment with her as like one of my best mentors has been like crazy. So just super grateful.
How excited are you about March Madness? Obviously this is like what we play all year for. Do you have any expectations for this year and how do you feel?
I'm so hyped. Just because I love our team and I think in a lot of ways, you never want it to end. Yeah. So that's why I'm super like excited about it, but I'm like, lock in on the day to day.
We've made it to our rapid fire questions.
Oh gosh.
So I'm just gonna hit you with some. Okay, first thought that comes to mind. Who's the worst DJ on the team?
The worst DJ?
Who you're not giving the aux to?
You have a good playlist. I feel like we're all pretty good.
I know, I feel like we all are pretty good.
Maybe Taylor, just because, not that she has bad taste, but she likes Rod Wave and I do not.
It's like Rod Wave
the young ones like AG I can get with, but I don't know.
Okay, so Taylor. Okay. If you could steal another teammate's shoe collection, whose would you steal?
Juju, obviously. Or yours, honestly.
Thank you.
You guys have I've never seen these two wear anything but Kobe's, like, actually insane.
Our collections are pretty fire. Okay, since you've endured all my questions, do you have a question for me?
What's your favorite memory with a team or a teammate?
It's a good question. I think I have a lot of memories, honestly, just like the mundane moments, like the off the court kind of things. I just have a lot of great memories. And as you know, this has been like my favorite year by far at USC, not just for winning reasons, but I would say my favorite memory is the UCLA game at home was incredible. Last question. What would you say would be a successful tournament run?
Honestly, like, I'm not going to give the typical interview answer. Like, I want a Final Four.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I genuinely feel like we have that potential and capability. And I think, like, why not us? I think we have all the pieces.
100%. We can do it.
Heck yeah.
Talk about it all the time. We can do it. This has been 1v1 with India Auto and McKenzie Forbes. Thank you for watching.
Fight on.